John Christopher Williams is an Australian-born British classical guitarist renowned for his ensemble playing as well as his interpretation and promotion of the modern classical guitar repertoire. In 1973, he shared a Grammy Award in the Best Chamber Music Performance category with fellow guitarist Julian Bream for Julian and John. Williams is noted for a technique that is often described as virtually flawless. Guitar historian Graham Wade has said, "John is perhaps the most technically accomplished guitarist the world has seen." Biography. John Williams was born on April 24, 1941 in Melbourne, Australia, to an English father, Len Williams, who later founded the London Guitar School, and Malin, a daughter of Melbourne barrister William Arquette. In 1952, the family moved to England where he attended Ferne Barnet Grammar School, London. Williams was initially taught guitar by his father, who was an accomplished guitarist. From the age of 11, Williams attended summer courses with Andrea Copyright S. Segovia at the Accademia Musicale Chigiana in Siena, Italy. Later, he attended the Royal College of Music in London, from 1956 to 1959, studying piano because the college did not have a guitar department at the time. Upon graduation, he was offered the opportunity to create such a department. He took the opportunity and ran the department for its first 2 years. Williams has maintained links with the college ever since. Classical guitarist, Williams' first professional performance was at the Igmore Hall in London on November 6, 1958. Since then, he has been performing throughout the world and has made regular appearances on radio and TV. He has extended the repertoire by commissioning guitar concertos from composers such as Stephen Dodgson, Andrea Copyright Previn, Patrick Gowers, Richard Harvey and Steve Gray. Williams has recorded albums of duets with fellow guitarists Julian Bream and Paco P+or-A. Williams is a visiting professor and honorary member of the Royal Academy of Music in London. Williams mostly uses Greg Smallman guitars, after using Spanish Fleetwood during the 1970s. He also plays a guitar by Paulino Bernabe too. Thoughts on guitar education and teaching. Williams has expressed his frustration and concern with guitar education and teaching, if it is too one-sided, for example focusing only on solo playing, instead of giving guitar students a better education including ensemble playing, sight reading and a focus on phrasing and tone production and variation. Williams notes that students are preoccupied with fingerings and not notes, much less sounds. Some are able to play difficult solo works from memory, but have a very poor sense of ensemble, playing or timing. He notes that students play works from the solo repertoire that are often too difficult, so that the teachers often put more emphasis on getting through the notes rather than playing the real substance of each note. To encourage phrasing, tone production and all-around musicianship, Williams arranges for students to play together in ensembles, choosing works from the existing classical music repertoire, such as the easier Haydn string quartets. Other musical genres. Although Williams is best known as a classical guitarist, he has explored many different musical genres. Between 1978 and 1984 he was a member of the fusion group Sky. He is also a composer and arranger. At the invitation of producer Martin Lewis he created a highly acclaimed classical rock fusion duet with celebrated rock guitarist Pete Townshend of The Who on Townshend's anthemic Won't Get Fooled Again for the 1979 Amnesty International benefit show The Secret Policeman's Ball. The duet featured on the resulting album and the film version of the show bringing Williams to the broader attention of the rock audience. Williams recorded Cavatina by Stanley Myers. The piece originally included only the first few measures but, at Williams' request, it was rewritten for guitar and expanded by Myers. After this transformation it was used for a film, The Walking Stick. In 1973, Cleo Lane wrote lyrics and recorded it as the song He Was Beautiful accompanied by Williams. The guitar version became a worldwide hit single when it was used as the theme tune to the Oscar-winning film The Deer Hunter. Personal life. Williams and his third wife, Kathy, reside in London and Australia. He has a daughter Kate, now an established jazz pianist, from his first marriage, and a son, Charlie Williams, from his second marriage. Discography. In the following list, compilations or re-editions are denoted by after the album title. 1950s 1958 Guitar Recital Volumes 1 and 2. 1960s 1961 Folk Songs, 1961 A Spanish Guitar, 1963 20 Studies for Guitar, 1963 Jacqueline Duprat Copyright Recital, 1964 CBS, Columbia Records presents John Williams, 1965 Virtuoso Music for Guitar, 1965 2 Guitar Concertos, 1967 More Virtuoso Music for Guitar, 1968 2 Guitar Concertos, 1968 Haydn and Paganini, 1969 Virtuoso Variations for Guitar, 1969 Concertos by Vivaldi and Giuliani, 1969 Songs for Voice and Guitar. 1970s 1970 John Williams plays Spanish music, 1970 Webern, Complete Works, 1971 Songs of Freedom Theodorakis with Maria Franturi, 1971 The Raging Moon, 1971 200 Motels, 1971 Changes, 1971 Music for Guitar and Harpsichord, 1971 Cavatina, 1972 Guitar Recital, 1972 Together, 1972 Gower's Chamber Concerto, Scarlatti Sonatas, 1972 Previn and Ponce Concertos, 1972 Greatest Hits The Guitar, 1972 John Williams plays more Spanish music and other favorites. 1973 Music from England, Japan, Brazil, Venezuela, Argentina and Mexico, 1973 The Heights Below, 1974 Rhapsody, 1974 Together Again, 1974 Rodrigo and Villa-Lobos, 1974 John Williams' Greatest Hits, 1974 Schoenberg, Complete Works for Chamber Ensemble, 1975 Bach, Complete Lute Music, 1976 Best Friends, RCA, 1976 Duos, 1976 John Williams and Friends, 1976 Villa-Lobos and Scarlatti, 1977 The Sly Cormorant Argo, 1977 John Williams plays Patrick Gowers, 1977 Duos by Paganini and Giuliani, 1977 John Williams plays Spanish Favorites, 1977 John Williams plays Bach and Scarlatti, 1977 Guitar Recital, 1977 Castelnuovo Tedesco, Arnold and Dodgson Concertos, 1977 John Williams Barrios, 1977 Mermaid Frolics, 1978 Malcolm Arnold and Leo Brohr Concertos, 1978 Stevie, 1978 John Williams plays Paganini, 1978 John Williams Collection, 1978 Traveling, 1978 Manuel Ponce, 1979 John Williams plays Stephen Dodgson, 1979 Julian Bream and John Williams Live. 1979 Recollections, 1979 Sky, 1979 The Secret Policeman's Ball. Various artists. Williams featured on track Cavatina, 1979 The Deer Hunter, 1979 John Williams at his best, 1979 Morning Sky, 1979 Bridges, 1979 Spotlight on John Williams. 1980s 1980 The Monster Club, 1980 Guitar Quintets, 1980 The Platinum Collection, 1980 The Guitar Music of John Williams, 1980 Sky 2, 1981 Great Performances, Rodrigo, 1981 Echoes of Spain Albanese, 1981 Sky 3, 1982 John Williams and Peter Herford play Bach, 1982 Sky Forthcoming, 1982 Just Guitars, A Concert in Aid of the Samaritans, 1982 Portrait of John Williams, 1983 Sky 5 Live, 1983 The Honorary Consul Island, 1983 Let the Music Take You, 1983 The Guitar is the Song, A Folk Song Collectio, 1983 Cadmium. 1984 Rodrigo, 1985 Bach, Handel, Marcello, Concertos, 1985 Hounds of Love, 1986 Echoes of London, 1986 Classic Aid, Concert in Aid of the UNHCR, 1986 The Essential Collection, 1986 Le Grand Classique, 1987 Emma's War, 1987 Paul Hart Concerto for Guitar and Jazz Orchestra, 1987 Fragments of a Dream CBS/ 1987 Unforgettable John Williams, 1988 A Fish Called Wanda, 1988 The Baroque Album, 1988 John Williams The Collection. 1989 Spirit of the Guitar, Music of the Americas, 1989 The Great Guitar Concertos, 1989 Spanish Guitar Favorites CBS, 1989 Guitar Concertos, 1989 Rodrigo Concertos, 1989 Rodrigo and Alba Copyright NIS, 1989 The Golden Guitar. 1990s 1990 Lerenda, 1990 Bach, 4 lute suites, 1990 Vivaldi Concertos, 1990 Spanish Guitar Music, 1991 Guitar Recital, 1991 Latin American Guitar Music by Barrios and Ponce, 1991 Rodrigo, Giuliani and Vivaldi, 1991 The Best of John Williams Music Club, 1992 Takemtsu, 1992 Iberia, 1993 The Seville Concert, 1993 Together Again, 1993 Together, 1994 From Australia, 1994 The Great Paraguayan, 1994 Julian Bream and John Williams Ultimate Collection. 1995 George Martin Presents the Medici Quartet, 1996 The Mantis and the Moon, 1996 Guitar Concertos by Richard Harvey and Steve Gray, 1996 Dodgson and Rodrigo, 1996 Paganini, Scarlatti, Giuliani and Villa-Lobos, 1996 Bach Lute Music, Volume 1, 1996 Bach Lute Music, Volume 2, 1996 John Williams Plays the Movies, 1997 The Black Decameron, 1997 The Very Best of John Williams, 1997 Great Expectations, 1998 In My Life, 1998 The Guitarist. 1999 Spanish Guitar Favorites, 1999 Bach and Scarlatti, 1999 Guitar Moods, 1996 Great Performances Rodrigo, 1999 Schubert and Giuliani, 1999 The Prayer Cycle, 1999 When Night Falls, 1999 Plague and the Moonflower. 2000s 2000 Classic Williams Romance of the Guitar, 2000 The Essential John Williams, 2000 English Guitar Music, 2001 The Magic Box, 2001 John Williams Plays Bach Music for You, 2001 Invocatia Cubed NY Danza, 2001 Perpetual Motion, 2003 The Guitarist, 2003 The Seville Concert, 2003 El Diablo Sueto Guitar Music of Venezuela, 2004 Rosemary in Time, 2004 The Ultimate Guitar Collection, 2005 Bryn Terfel, Simple Gifts, 2005. The Essential John Williams, 2005 Testament, 2006 Great Performances Bach Lute Suites, 2006 John Williams and John Etheridge, Places Between, 2008 Pure Acoustic, 2008 From a Bird. 2010s 2011 The Guitarist, 2014 Stepping Stones, 2014 From a Bird. Awards and recognitions: Grammy Award for Best Chamber Music Performance, Julian Bream and John Christopher Williams for Julian and John, Brit Award for Best Classical Recording, John Williams for Portrait of John Williams, Edison Award Lifetime Achievement Award. See also, Sky. References. External links, official website.